Oh, folks, you can't see the stress on my face, I don't think. But I've had one hell of a day. One hell of a day. So I'll take you through my day as if anybody cares or anything. But it was a big day today because, and hello everybody, hi subs, and I'm just gonna lay this out for you, then we're gonna do some fun things, okay? I'm gonna try to do a little bit of fun things with you today. I don't have the energy to start putting forehead in hand with more headaches, okay? So we're gonna keep it light today, all right? Because I really drained my life energy out of me today. It was really, very tough. And part of it is because, a big part of it is because I have a conscience. You know what I mean? I have a conscience. I want to be a good person. I don't want to be a bad person, you know? I'm not saying I always am a good person. I'm trying, you know? So, because everybody F's up, right? Well, I want to explain something to you about my job. And I'm telling you, for the situation that I'm personally in, I don't work. I'm unemployed. And the reason being is because I get paid unemployment, kinda. Because even though I work as a guard, essentially what I get is, instead of sitting here in this car vegetating in this horrible South Florida heat and humidity, I get to sit at a comfortable place in a very nice place Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And I get paid for it. So I don't consider that to be a job. I don't consider that to be, I mean, there's nobody in the building. You know what I mean? So like, it as far as I'm concerned, this is unemployment. You folks understand what I'm saying? So I made a mistake and I tried to go out and get a job. And I applied to a couple places like 2 months ago. And, you know, some of them called me back, okay? And this one woman called me back and she's saying that, you know, she wanted me to come and work and that she was going to pay me $15 an hour for Saturday and Sunday. And then 2 days a week would be $13 an hour. And it perked my ears up, okay? Because I only get 20 hours and you can't really make a whole lot. And I don't make $15 an hour. But at the same time, it's unemployment. I'm just getting paid for nothing. So I don't consider this to be a job. So I made the mistake of going out and trying to get paid to work, which is, I'm not good at working. So I went ahead and I talked to the woman, and the woman said, we'd be happy to have you. And you remember the Three Stooges used to have they used to have a couple sayings. One was, if they were hiding, there was always one of them that was stupid enough when somebody was looking for them and they were like in a box or something. And, you know, the guy looking for them would open up the box and they'd be hiding in there, and he'd say, is anybody in there? And they'd say, no, just us boxes and stuff in here, you know? And it's kind of like that with this, you know? I mean, I feel lucky, really, to have this job. And I don't want to lose it. You know what I mean? So I went ahead and I did it. And I called in and I quit my job. And you folks do not know what it felt like to quit the job, which is essentially unemployment. Okay? Because I was offered $15 an hour on weekends, and then the other part of the job was $13 an hour, 32 hours versus 20 hours. And I figured I would do it because I can make an extra whatever it is, you know, maybe another $30 per day and then another couple of days. So what, maybe like $170 all in all, more a week, maybe $150 a week, something along that line. So I have it on this phone, so I can't show you. But I called my boss, Freddie, who actually came to me to give me my uniform and hire me and do all my paperwork and give me my drug test and all that. He came and he met me here at a Wendy's, you know? So these aren't bad people. These are pretty decent people here. And I didn't feel good about the whole thing. I never felt good about the whole thing today. So I called him and he said, call me back later. He's busy. It's the usual with him. You know what I mean? It's always, he's, overworked. You can't talk to him. So I went through this whole series of texts telling him about how they offered me more money and more hours, and they wanted an answer by 2:30 today, which was the truth. And I was supposed to go up and pick up my uniforms by 2:30. Now it's 10 after 3, which should tell you everything you need to know, but I'll take you through the story, this disconjointed story anyway, okay? So what I meant to tell you about, the Three Stooges is this woman is nice, but not that nice. You know what I mean? I mean, she's nice, but she's pushy nice. In other words, like when the Three Stooges also had a saying, they'd say, take your time, but hurry up. You know that deal? So it was kind of like that. I mean, she's nice, but don't push it. You could tell. And women in security are tough women. All right? They're as tough as men, if not worse. That's what that's who got me into trouble down at that other place on the beach. So they gave me all these missions to do today, okay? Where I had to go and get direct deposit and go through all of this with the bank, okay? So I called my boss. He wasn't there. I left him a long series of messages saying basically sayonara. And I never got a text back from him. I sent like 7-8 texts explaining the whole thing. And then I called my immediate boss, who was the one who hired me, who's really nice. And she's a black girl. She sounds like a white girl. I did not know she was black, period. I was taken aback when I went in there. I was like, yeah, somebody hired me. She said that was me. And I was like, what? But you're black. I mean, she speaks with better diction than I do. Seriously. So they keep sending me these hoops, these flaming hoops to keep going through, because if you think it's fun to go into the bank, it ain't. Okay? Especially after you go to the website and you have to go through the whole thing and, you put your date of birth, but the thing is, it doesn't go through, and you do that 7 or 8 times through 20 minutes, and you say, oh, that's right, I have to put the slashes in between, my birthday, you know what I mean? Otherwise, it won't go through. The usual, right? It's got to be a capital letter, not a small letter. That whole routine. You know how it is, folks. If you're old like me, you don't get along well with computers savvy, right? So I'm going through this, and the whole thing is a chore, okay? Then I get done with this, and then they tell me about the bank business. So I went over to the bank, and they gave me my routing numbers here, right? They gave me my routing numbers. But then another woman calls me and says, welcome on board, this and that. Thank you for, getting us your license, your security license, and your social security card. Thank you for all that. Which for me was hard because it kept getting cut off when I took the pictures of it with the camera. So that was hard too. Remember, I'm an old person here, okay? And then she says, but you have one more thing to do. I said, well, I'm glad I'm by the bank. She said, you have to go to the bank and you have to go inside and you have to get a request for direct deposit. That's what these papers are for here, right? That's what this is for. So I went to the bank and I went in and they did it for me. It was a good thing it wasn't busy because it took like 25 minutes. It took a long time. And I don't know why, and I got a hold of somebody right away. And they were nice. And then I came out and I tried to finish up on the website. And it's stalling again, saying that it wasn't all the way done. It wasn't all the way done. And I didn't know how to finish it, so I called the woman, because I had called her twice already, because I had called her telling her that I felt bad, that I didn't give my boss any time for him to find somebody else to work his post, because I thought, 24 hours was a little bit short. I wouldn't want somebody doing like that to me. But they're offering me more money. She's very insistent. I have to work tomorrow, Friday, which is the night that I start my regular job here, my unemployment, right? That I have to show up for. And I told her, I said, I feel bad. Let me call my boss. So I called him, and that's what I told you. And I left him a message. And then I called the woman with good diction, the black girl with perfect diction. And I told her, and she was very, very nice to me. She says, I understand. She says, I understand you need more money. I did what I was supposed to do. And I quit my job, which you have no idea how terrifying that is, because I can't even get into it. You understand? I can't even get into it. Okay? I can't. Just for protective situation for my own being right now in my situation, I can't do it. I can't reveal everything. But she was very nice to me, and she said, good luck. We don't hold this against you. Thank you for giving us the time to cover. So that's when I went to the bank, and then that's when I started getting back on the website, and the website wants your username, and then it wants this. I didn't know what the username was, so I'm fretting about that for a half hour or 45 minutes. And then they told me I had to get that all completely filled out before I went up and got the uniform, or I wouldn't be able to get the uniform. Now my mind is thinking, hey, I've quit my unemployment, so I'm not going to draw unemployment anymore. I'm not going to have a cool air-conditioned place to go to anymore and collect unemployment. And also I get a form of social, like social, like, a bee would go around and socialize with others. So being dysfunctional socially, I get to have that little bit of social time where I can start polishing up my ability to not be a psychopath, right? Like calling people mindless idiots, hence this channel. Are you getting where I'm going with this, folks? Not to mention that everybody's masking up and, all that. So I have at least a little practice to be human, right? So then after like this 40 minutes of indecision, of like, how do I get this? Because I don't know my username on this site. They send me a link, and it says, here's your username. Okay? Well, thank you. After I'm fucking sweating my balls off because I can't go pick up my uniform. Thank you for letting me know, because I was, trying to figure out what my username is. Is it my name? Is it my email? Is it this, that? So finally I get the link. The nice girl calls me, and they said, well, welcome on board, this and that. And I don't know what did it. And I said, I can't do this. But I already quit. So I called my immediate boss, who's the black girl, and she's so cool. She's such a nice person. And I said, I'm so sorry. I said, is my job still there? I said, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. I told you I needed the extra hours and everything, but I can't do this. Is it still possible if I can get my job? And she said, don't worry about it. And I said, well, listen, I'm going to be there tomorrow at 3 o'clock. I'm going to be there, okay? I don't give a shit about that other place or what they tell me or what I'm going to suffer. I'm going to be there at 3 o'clock. I said, it's 12 o'clock right now. I'm going to call you at 2:30 to let you know, to make sure, because I don't want you to think you'll be stuck at the post with nobody there. And she just told me make sure I come in early. And I told her no problem on that. I'll come in. I always come in early. I'm just not there at the door. I'm at the parking lot, doing my own stuff. Which led to another story, but I'm going to have to deal with it here. I got no choice. But anyway, so that's another story for another time. And, but not serious, at least not now. And so I didn't feel good until I called Freddie, the guy who came over and, gave me my card to get my money out of, because like they don't, you get paid on a card with this company. So they're doing everything right. They're doing everything, and um, I, I I text Freddie and I said, Freddie, can I have the job back? Because I don't want to leave. I'd rather stay put there at that company. And he texted me back and he said, that's fine with me. I'm only happy that I didn't give the name of the company out to the people, because if they had the name of that company, they probably would have called and fucked with that company and told them, your fucking guy is a jerk off. He fucked us up. But they make it so hard that it just totally scared the crap out of me. And I'm envisioning now not being able to work on that, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. God only knows. And what I noticed about these security guard jobs, and it may be the same with you folks out there, and we're almost done with this, okay? We'll move on to bigger and better things. Things go like the first job that I got when I walked in, that first job that I was in tears on my last channel because my landlady died and I was boogered. You know what I mean? And I had to go out and I had to work. And I've been putting this off for 6 years because things have been slowing down for 6-7 years. Big time. Especially the last 2-3 years. It's been really quiet. So, and like you can't advertise anymore. The paper went out of business. The flyer here. I used to, you know what I mean? The little flyer. So how do I do it? How do you do it? Yeah, you can go out and hand out flyers. And every other fucking unremarkable Central American and Mexican is here too. And they're all doing it too. So, I mean, what are we supposed to do? So I knew I had to do it. And that company, I went in, the guy sat me down, he says, I want you. I'll give you $13 an hour. Go out and do your thing. And I was dressed nice. I was dressed in my suit. I looked like I was of age. You know what I mean? And they really wanted me. And I got the job. But it just rolled. You know what I mean? Like it was taken care of. And what worried me about that, and like this job right here, although I had a hard time going into their office by the beach, and I walked out and had that, the woman put her arm in the elevator because I told her I didn't care for her either. I said, I can't say that I think much of your hiring practices here when you call me in for an interview and I wait here for an hour and 40 minutes and tell me to keep waiting. I'm not going to get stuck in 5 o'clock rush hour traffic coming back from fucking Miami. Thank you. I'm not going to do it. And she says, well, we're not here for your convenience. And I told her, I said, and I don't think much of your attitude either. And she was kind of a fixture there or something. It was an odd place. It was like a doctor's massage place or whatever the hell it was, or whatever it was. It was some sort of doctor's office, and I guess she ran both things, the security guard place and the doctor's, because it was a nice place. It's a nice place, okay? Not far from that Surfside where that condo fell in, by the way, and a very Tony place. So, I told her, I said, I don't care much for your attitude either. And I like, that's all I said. I mean, it was stern, but I didn't threaten her or anything. And I walked back to the elevator and I'm saying to myself, here I am. I went, and that's a hard drive. The roads are all narrow, all that. You know what I mean? It's hard. And I'm in, stepped into the elevator, pushed the, lobby button, and I'm thinking, what next? Like I got to get a job. I didn't have a job then. And the woman, and the black woman there, she puts her arm as the door's closing, she puts her arm in the elevator. She says, I want you to tell me what you thought I did that was so rude. Can you imagine this? I told the story on my last channel. And I said, look, honey, I don't have any problem with you. But if they're going to, because I know that you don't have anything to do with this. But damn it, if they're going to, call you in because I wanted to come in at 11. She said, well, can you come in at 1? I said, sure. And I didn't realize that it was going to be 3:30 before you get your interview, and you're stuck in the fucking Golden Glades interchange over there, jerking your gherkin with fucking a billion cars heading north at the Cloverleaf, the Golden Glades interchange. So, you know what I mean? So that didn't work out, but then the guy knew I was serious, and he came over, drove his car, said, meet me at Wendy's, and it just all worked. You understand? When it works, when you go for a job as a security guard at least, it works. It flows. And when it don't flow, it don't flow. you tend to start having other issues just like the one you're having, filling out the paperwork, and you're at the place and you don't quite understand what's going on. I got scared to death. And you know what I said? I called my immediate boss and then Freddie. And when I talked to Freddie, he said, I didn't talk to him. I left him a text and he said, that's fine with me. You can have your job there. You can keep it. Folks, I'm so at peace with myself right now. That's why I'm taking time to be with you. You don't know the feeling I had when I kissed my job goodbye, and before I kissed my job goodbye, and I was, lining up, sending my pictures and this and that, but especially after I gave the sayonara to the job here and went for the other company, because I could have waited. I could have waited until tomorrow, gotten through this process, and make sure that all the people were normal and that they weren't telling me I needed this. Toward the end, I wanted to be a good person and give as much time as I could to my last boss. But I knew it was a risk. You know what I mean, folks? So, still got my job, my unemployment, and I'm going to go to work tomorrow. And that's the long and short of it. I hope you take this for what it's worth. And yes, we are going to do something fun. You know why? Because I found a brand new song on the radio, like I used to have God Rules. Remember, was it God Rules or Jesus Rocks? I forgot the name of that subscriber I had. And it was one of my women that always watched after me. And I wasn't bright enough to pick up on the fact that 35, 34, 35 is 69. Hello? Okay? Like, I didn't understand. I thought it was like, I didn't know if 35 meant her breast size or whatever. I knew there was something to it. I just wasn't savvy enough to pick up on it. And she texted me and, she left a comment saying, it's 69. Hello? I mean, have you ever heard of that? Please tell me yes. You're only 59 years old. So, you know what I mean? So, I know I get a lot of shit for this, but we need to give our young people credit for beautiful music. And I just found a song. I don't even know the name of it. Okay? So we're going to have to try to find it, and I'll do it with you, okay? So I'll be right back, and we're going to have a I Got My Job Back celebration, okay? And there'll be all sorts of festivities, okay? Thank you for being here with me. It really helps me. Bye.